Hey guys, Rob DePiro here from Exit Realty Specialist in St. John. Thank you so much for watching the video. Just wanted to have a quick little chat to you today and just talk about something that's really, really important, and that is the topic of commission. So, lots of different stories, lots of different thoughts when it comes to commission out there. One thing that I will say is this is just a general explanation, and you really should get a further explanation if you are working with a realtor. There are different forms, but this is probably the most common way to explain it and the most common way that commission is used. So, without further ado, we'll just throw this up here. And what I have here is, let's just say that you're listing your house. You're listing your house with Exit, and you have agreed to pay $50 to sell your house. So you have 50 at the top there. Guys, if you want to sell your house for $50, do me a favor, drop me one of these, shoot me a like, comment on this post. You can even call me and I will actually laugh at you. But for this instance, you are selling your house for $50 and you're offering $50 right here. So really important that you know that the listing realtor usually does not get that $50. There are occasions when they do, but usually they don't. So when you buy or sell real estate in New Brunswick, you buy or sell with a company, and a person represents that company. A realtor represents that company. So you list with the company, you're offering $50 to sell your house. You are going to fail, I promise you. That would be split in half. When you sell your house and close, that commission is split in half. Part of it goes to the listing side. So in this case, like we said, Exit Realty Specialists. Part of it goes to the person who brings the buyer, the company who brings the buyer, actually. So you sell your house, you've offered $50. Usually what would happen, generally, we would split that in half. The listing side would get one end, the buying side would get one end. At Exit, they would get $25 in this case, and that would be split up once again. So Exit would get part of that to help grow the company. The government would get part of that because they want to grow the province and the country. And then the very, very last person who gets paid is the realtor, okay? On the other side, let's just say that another company brought the buyer. They would split it up however they would split it up. All the different companies have different ways. If Exit brought the buyer as well, they would split it up these same ways. So here's why that's all important. Pareto's principle is the 80-20 law. It's a principle that applies to every single aspect of life. It's a universal law. It's the 80-20 rule. The rule, it goes something like this. You will wear 20% of your wardrobe 80% of the time, and the other 80% of it 20% of the time. You will spend 20% of the time in 80% of your house and 80% of the time in 20% of your house. So the same thing applies in real estate. And those numbers could fluctuate a little bit, but that's just a general rule. So in real estate, 20% of the agents are doing 80% of the business, and 80% of the rest of the realtors are doing 20% of the business. So 20% of the realtors are wealthy and doing well. 80% are potentially looking for their next paycheck. So let's just say you cut this down from $50 to $40. Because we split that in half, what would actually happen is now this side is getting $20 and this side is getting $20. So if you're actually not offering fair compensation, then there's an opportunity for these people here to go somewhere else. Really, really important that you know that. Please leave me your comments, your questions. I'd be happy to ask anything. Like I said, if you are working with a realtor, or if there's a realtor that you trust and you have questions, you really should get it from them. There's lots of different types, but that's just the most general type of way that commission works. Thank you very, very much. I hope you guys have a great day and you learned something from this.